Okie dokie. So, all right, Pilates with props. TheraBands loop band. Here we go. Oh, and also just to have a little something nearby to sit down to put our loop band on when we do our standing work. So, a little stool, little chair, or something. We'll take a moment to sit down to do that. Okay, let's just take our little bend and knee. Let's go wide today. Toes forward. Begin that inhale, exhale, and tuning out the world and tuning in. And a little back stretch. Good. Let's also take our palms up and go ahead and warm up our upper back for our TheraBand work. Good. And let's also take just palms together and then press back on a kind of a nice long diagonal, not too sharp. Good. And roll that back out. All right, let's go to pelvis and do a little figure eight. Let that movement go up your spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Let it go. Awesome. Then let's take the toes out nice and wide and ease on down in a nice wide squat and right back up. Excellent. Let's come back in and come back into parallel. I'm going to step off of this for a second. Come back into parallel and do our bend, straighten, and lift of the heels. Just center that pelvis, activate a little core. That will help rise up. Good. And then up and roll through each one, stretching those toes. Good. Let's hold our balance for a moment. Keep your waist level and just circle the ankle. And reverse. Good. Try the other side. Keep your waist, pelvis level. Lift a little, twirl, ankle, and reverse. Good. All right. Shake all that out, and let's do our, let's come back to side bending, because we're going to use that too. Center that pelvis, reach it long, ease it over. Inhale up, exhale. So, and then keep that pelvis steady, add your rotation plot. Good. You got it. All right, last little wiggle wiggle. All right, we are gonna take our TheraBand, our light TheraBand first for our upper arms. I'm going to adjust this backward. All right, upper back, arms. let's do some of these guys. So remember, you want to keep the blades down, core in, and we'll just start with the basic of stretching right in front of the girls or chest. And you can keep this as light a resistance as you need. Your shoulder blades, rhomboids, are going to be engaging and pulling in toward your spine. But just keep your shoulders kind of just down from arms, just shy of the shoulders. Good. Then we're going to go up, and we're going to stretch, pull to the same spot, and then back, kind of loosen, and then stretch. Back to the start point, and then stretch it out. Again, just keep those blades down in your back pockets. Pelvis centered, core in, it's a little belly button. All right, now I'm going to have us go, and you can widen this as much as you need for your shoulders. You're going to do a range of motion from here all the way up. Widen this if you need it as you head slowly behind you and tap from behind. Slowly up, tap from the front thigh. Slowly up and back and tap. Good. All right, let's roll that out. Okay, team. All right. So what I'd like to do, we do a low row when we go to seated position, but this is one that we would do on the reformer on our knees with the pull ropes. So I'm going to show you from the side. I'm just going to let this band hit my thighs, and then ground those blades, open the chest, and do a slight pull back. Then you can swing it forward a bit, thighs, shoulder blades, and a little press back. Belly button in. And you want to keep a nice solid core here so you don't stick out your ribs, but you're just pressing into those triceps. So band, shoulder blades down, a little press back. Now let's stay here and just do little pulses straight back. But keep that chest open, belly button in. Last one. All right, there's your new one. Okie dokie. Now let's come back to overhead, where we're just going to hold this position. You can keep the elbows soft, and we're going to just do a little stretch. So that's going to contract that upper back, and we're just going to do a little side bend. Keeping the head centered best you can, up, belly button in, center your pelvis. Other side. Inhale now. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more each. There's a little side bend, and your upper back is contracted. All right, then we're going to stay from here. We're going to do the same thing, but a slight rotation. Keep the pelvis steady, so it's right through your ribs, shoulder girdle, just a small angle. Just got a slight pull on the band, not much. Good, and back. Woohoo! Roll that out. All right. Let's just do one more now from behind. So you're just going to wrap it around your mid-back. You can do just palms. Put it between your thumb and your first finger and just kind of do a push out. And then we'll do a push this way. So palms up. And we're like a push up. We're gonna lift our elbows just a little bit, not way up, but just a little bit, and just do a little air push up straight ahead. So from the side, just pushing out. Belly button in, core in. Not too scrunchy in the shoulders. Good. Now we're going to narrow for a narrow tricep type push. You can do all this up against a door, by the way, or a wall. So now we're going to angle the fingertips out a bit, elbows down, and then do what is the positioning for a tricep push-up. And again, you can do all, and just keep, if this one, the blades in the shoulders, you're going to want to roll forward. So trick to this one is keeping the blades down in the back and not letting them pull forward. Tricky one, but we can do it. There we go. All right. And now let's just hug a tree. We're going to make a round arm position, and we're just going to keep just a little bit of pull on the band as we go open and close, open and close. Hug a tree, hug a beach ball, keep the blades down, elbows lifted a little. Good, you got it, y'all. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, yes, let's do one more, and then I'm changing it up, I swear. All right, we're gonna step on the belly of the band, and then we're just gonna take, the ends and roll the shoulder blades back and down. We're gonna come into a bicep position. You can have it in between your middle fingers or around the same position. I'll let you decide. And we're just going to bicep curl from below. Keep good posture here. Belly button in, shoulders, good position. Good. Then we're going to outward rotate and do the same thing. All right, we did it, y'all. Okie dokie. Let's bring both bands down with us, and let's go ahead and have our loop band down here with us too. Let's go ahead down to the mat, and we'll see where this leads. Okie dokie. Oh yeah. All right, let's move that out of the way. All right, let's go ahead and straddle for a moment. Just because what's coming here. All right, let's walk forward first. Loosen up the legs. Take some deep breaths. And back up. Let's go down one leg. Breathe. Release the neck and shoulders. And up. Rotate. Down. Center. And first leg. Let's take a stretch, reach with the opposite hand. All these muscles are about ready to get really worked, so I'm going to open them up nicely. And other side. Good. All right, let's ease those in, give them a little shake. Let's also jump this across because these guys are going to work hard in a minute. So let's pull that thigh in, stretch the outer hip. Other side. Breathe it out. Excellent. All right, get that a shake. All right, we're going to move these. We're going to come on down. Center yourself on your mat. Make sure your head's centered. Do a quick check with the pelvis. All right, then we're going to bring the knees in, give it a little hug and a little side rock. Loosening up the low back some more. And sending your body some love and appreciation. And then from here, let's go ahead and take the legs, bend and stretch, bend and straighten, sorry, flex and point. Good, then back to bent knees. Let's go ahead and femur arc, thigh circle. And reverse. All right. All right, feet back down. We are going to take our, let's take that, no, let's go ahead and switch it. Okay, let's go ahead and place the loop band around our legs. Might just have to take a moment to wrangle clothing and get them up to the thigh, left thigh toward the knee. All right, and then we're just going to come back to center. For a moment, relax the arms. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a moment and also pull it in and up that pelvic floor. Hold your P muscles, and we're going to just do a little press out on the band equally. So a little thigh press out and in, out and in. And you should be able to see visually, making sure that both thighs are traveling similar distance in case one doesn't seem to want to. Make sure they're traveling equally. All right, good. Now, I'm going to have us take our TheraBand, whichever one for your upper body again, and we are going to do two things at once. We're going to do our chest stretches again from this position. So you want to ground your shoulder blades and just do your open and close, keeping the blades down. All right, we're going to try both now at the same time. Thigh press out, stretch the band, cross the girls, and then back up. Open and close. Open and close. You can keep your elbows soft. Just keep the blades down. All right, let's pause. To a rounded bridge. So at 6 o'clock, hold on to that contraction and peel it up. We're not doing much with the band yet. Let's just warm up our rounded bridges first. Exhale, round it up, and then sequentially back down. And one more. All right. Now, with our feet still down, let's take a few more presses out on this position. Now the thighs are in a slightly lower angle. So equal press out and in. Just to get the idea here. Now we're going to go back up into the rounded bridge, 6 o'clock, and find your balance up here now. Hold that contraction and now add more presses. Out and in, out and in. As equal as you can. So watch out for that leg, that thigh and outer hip that's might be stronger or tighter and doing more of the work. Good. And then peel that back down. All right. So now, hold on. Let my thoughts catch up with that other thought. Right. Okay. So now we're going to do neutral core lift. So here's where we want to cinch in. Glue that center together. Ribs and pelvis are going to travel up. Now let's go ahead onto the heels for a moment and hydraulically lift and then touch it down. And exhale up. Inhale down. Nothing much with the band yet. It's just still keeping us in a parallel. Also just making sure your pelvis is staying centered. And both are working as equally as you can. All right. Now, feet back to flat, and we are going to go back up in a neutral bridge and find our balance now, and then neutral. So hover up, hold on, let the wiggle wobble stop, stay in neutral, and you're not going to press out. I just want you to feel like you're going to spiral your thighs out a little bit, and just hold there for a moment and breathe. So it's just a slight, glutes are powered up, and just a slight spiral. Not a full press, just a spiral. So it's a little bit more about your outward rotators, just kicking in here and keeping you balanced. Now, hold that and add your foot dance. Heels, balls of feet. Heels, balls of feet. And just hang on to that slight outward rotation, slightly into the band while you rock the feet. Good. Back to flat feet and bring it on back down. Woohoo! All right, let's take that band to the lower leg. Reposition clothing. All right. Well, just a little, one more here, and we're going to give this a rest. So, just hold on to, if you need to hold on to the legs, you can. But we're just going to take a flex foot, and we're going to do just little baby presses out and in, again into the band. And again, you get to watch for equalness in the legs. So not one is overpowering the other. Good. Now fold those in for a moment. Pause. Okay, so hopefully that was a parallel leg. Not sure I clarified that, but hopefully that was, because now we're going to do the same thing in a slight inward rotation of the legs. So we have parallel, we have outward rotation, we have parallel, and we have slight inward rotation. So let's just give that a go. We're going to bring them back up. We're going to spiral the whole leg in slightly. So knees and toes are aimed in. Hold on to that and try a few more presses in an inward rotation. You got it. All right, let's peel that out. Woo-hoo. Let's send those legs all the way to the floor and give them a little roll in and out. All right, then let's leave them relaxed and let's just level out our pelvis. If you're arcing and your tail was pushing down, then bring it back to your sacrum, activate some more core. If you need to wiggle that out so you can just level your pelvis and minimize your arcing in the back, so that we can do just a few more things here without the legs. We're going to take our arms, now keep the blades down on a bit of that same angle that we warmed up in the beginning with our warm-up. We're going to do that now with the band. So just keep it on a long diagonal, stretch it across the chest, back to center, turn it, and stretch it. Good, all right. Woo, let's slide those feet back up underneath us. All right, I'm going to take my next one up. I'm just going to go to my red. It's just the next up from yellow, because we're going to do a few more things with the legs. So we're going to bring one foot in, and we're going to just place it around the belly of the band, around 1 foot, and about in the middle. All right. This one, we're not going to do the stretchy kind quite yet. We're going to do the pushy kind. So let's bend the knee. Elbows are going to stay at your sides on the mat, and you're just going to push into the band on the 45 and then bring it back. And you can decide how much resistance you want there, but listen to your knee and listen to your hip. Good. Now, same side, I'm going to have you take it up, and now I'm going to have you lower the leg to where you were pushing out to, and then bring it all the way back up and fold it in. So we're going to go up. We're going to let it stretch in a full length down all the way up and then bend it. Inhale, exhale. All right, I'm going to switch that to the other side. Presses first. Elbows grounded. And push out to the 45 and bring it in. Out to the 45 and bring it in. You can always adjust where your hand should be on the band. All right, now we're going to go up. We're going to lower the leg to where you're going, back all the way up, fold it in. Inhale, exhale, press long. Inhale up, and in. One more. All right, now we're going to put both feet in the belly of that band. And we're going to do something very similar. So keeping the knees in. Now when you press out, you're going to be in your low abs, and you might not go as low with both legs as you were just doing with a single leg. So pull in that core, hold your P muscles, and push the legs out. Whoa, and back in, right? And you know right away if you went too low. So try it again a little higher. Just keep it doable. You don't want your spine freaking out. You just want to stay in your core. It might be a high 45 with both legs. Out and inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bend both knees. We're going to straighten both knees. Now you're going to lower to where you were just going. Bring them all the way back up. Bend. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Bend them in. Belly button in. Hold that low core in place. Hold your spine in place. Don't go too low. One more. Yay. All right, let's take that off. Send them back to the floor and let them wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake out those hands. All right, and then slide them back in. And let's do, actually, let's do this move now without the band. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take we've done this before, our upper body half curl with a long arm with the legs going up and slightly down, even if it's just a little bit at the same time. So let's try it. We just warmed up this a bit. So we're going to curl and then shoot out the legs just a little bit. Now you probably won't go as low as you were going even with the band. That's okay. Inhale, exhale, out. There's your low abs. You only need just a slight bit past 90 and you're good. Inhale in. Exhale, curl and hold. Inhale in. Exhale, curl, hold. Inhale in. Curl, hold. And one more. Excellent. Bring those back in. Let's place the feet down off of the mat. Open the arms and double knee fold. Let all that relax. Up and over, other side. Big relax. Good. Back to center. Let's take ankle across knee and do just a little gentle slow motion movement with that thigh. Just release tension in the hip. And then let's bring in that figure four. Flex the front foot to protect that knee. Chin down. Big exhales. Ease down. Second side. Foot down first. Just slow motion butterfly wing on that thigh. And then figure four in. Flex the front foot, chin down. Excellent. And then once the feet are back down, just take a little rock around your pelvic clock. Make sure everything feels okie dokie in there. All right. Now, I know we have usually done a hamstring stretch here, so let me go ahead and do it while we're here. I'm not gonna do the full gamut, but I'm gonna just do the basic one. So let's take the band back around one foot. You're gonna send it up. You're gonna do just a little baby circle going one way, guiding, and then reverse. Then we're gonna bend, and we're gonna lengthen that leg up, and we're gonna hold that hamstring stretch. Then we're gonna bend and do a little hold there for a moment, straighten, and just do a little flex, stretch, point, flex, stretch, point, flex, stretch, point, flex, stretch. Hold there. A lot of neuro tension there. All right, then one more. We're going to bend it in, lengthen up, hold that. You can widen your elbows, but straighten the knee best you can and slide out the other leg and hold that hamstring stretch. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Good. Let's send that one down. Give it a quick wiggle. And let's bring both back in and switch to the second side. So now you've had, and now back to a little circle. So now you know how to do all this without the band. We've done this with the Pilates ring. So lots of combos here to keep those hammies stretched. Let's bend the knee in, lengthen it up. Let's also then add just a little bit of point and a flex stretch. Point and a flex stretch. Letting the band add a little extra for that calf stretch. Hold there. Zero tension flex. And bend and straighten again. Hold that, widen the elbows if you need, and then stretch out the other leg. All right, very good. And then let those both wiggle again. Excellent. All right, we are going to roll to one side and ease on up to a seated position first. I'll explain. Let me get my music. All right. Doing things a bit in a different order here. So I'm going to come back to just briefly. I'm going to go back to my lighter band, and I'm going to, from a seated position, I'm going to wrap the band around both feet. We're going to come back to our low rows. So nice stack of the spine, and we're going to give a pull, bending the elbows right along the ribs and past the torso. If you need to soften the knees, feel free to do whatever feels good to keep your spine nice and tall. Belly button in. Good. Now we're going to go to a slightly higher row, but not too high. Don't scrunchy. Just lifted elbows and same pull. Just make sure you're feeling pretty equal on that pull back there, that both blades are going in toward the spine. If you've got one that tends to roll forward, that one might need a little extra work on that back side, so be aware of that. All right, good. Now we're going to do something. We're going to cross the bands like we would on the reformer. We're going to stand nice and tall. We're going to, you can come back to your bicep curl position, whether it was between your thumb or between your other fingers. I'll let you decide. And we are going to glue the elbows at the waist and do our outward rotation that we normally would do. You can soften the knees. Outward rotate and then outward rotate and then. The very thing that we do all the time with no resistance. Here's the version with. So right into your rotator cuff. Still all around those rhomboids. Good. All right. Unwind it. Now we're going to do our little, we're just going to do a shoulder roll. We're going to C-curve. You might want to go pretty tight on the band for this. You're just going to C-curve just halfway back. And then just let that band bring you forward and up. Inhale, exhale, round it back. Bring it forward and up. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Inhale up. Exhale. So the band just helps bring you right back up. You don't have to do anything with your arms. Going right to that core. And you'll be able to go farther and farther back and still be able to come up. That's the beauty of this one. Try one more. Yay. And then just release that. And let's just take a gentle forward fold. Breathe it out. Come up, and let's take a rotation here. Hand on the outer leg, other hand behind you, stack tall, look. Center, other side, stack tall, look behind you. Let's do that again. And again. All right. Okay. We might not get to the standing ones because, well, all right. Let's do it. Okay. Let me peel you up, and then I might peel you back down. Okay. So let's come onto all fours. Just take your C curve for a moment. Let me get you up properly. Hold that stretch. Good. All right, we are going to come through our squat for a moment, but we'll do this again momentarily as we peel ourselves back up. Round and stack. All right, give that a little shake. All right, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna put this band back on our thighs. Let me do a round of standing. I don't think we got this in last time either, so let's try this. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Then you're like a little mermaid as you walkie around. Okay, I'm gonna come back here. Oh, I need to change my thing altogether, haven't I? Okay, here we go. All right. So you can come to the end of your mat. And we're gonna center the pelvis. We're gonna do straight leg first. And you're just gonna do out and in. Out and in. Really center that pelvis. Add your core. Out and in. Because you want good conditioning here. And just go to the end of your mat. And then go back. Out and in. Out and in. But keep rechecking the pelvis. Because my tail wants to stick out so bad on these. Oh my gosh. So just keep bringing it straight underneath you. Try it again. Just a zip up with that core. Tail straight down. I'm going to hold mine in place, I think. And reverse. Or other side. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to bend the knees and we're going to tilt forward just slightly. We're going to activate core here. Now we're going to flat back, core in, bent knees. Now we're going to go wide. You might be able to go a little bit wider. Same idea. Out and in, or out and together, and other way. Again. And another way. Woohoo! Right? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's come to the center. I'm just going to do one more thing here. So all we're going to do is open enough to have a low resistance, toes, knees straight ahead. All we're going to do is bend and straighten, maintaining the width the whole way. And depending on how low you can go here, I also want you to hold on to your pelvis. Put your palms on the side of your pelvic bowl and make sure you're not shifting to one cheek or another as you go down. Check it. So I just caught my tight right side wants to pull that, so I'm going to correct it. So go slow. Just make sure your pelvis is right in center and correct it if it's heading off to one side. And woohoo! Okay, now we get to take this off, move the bands out of the way, and we're gonna stretch all this back out. All right, back to the mat. Just roll through, come back to all fours, gently, and take your C curve again. That's a lot of work. Not only are we doing outer hip, but that all around the back is really getting some work. All right, we're going to pigeon it. So bring one knee through, stretch the other leg behind, sit on the cheek, not on the knee, bring the shin forward, and then come down on the elbows. Oh, and send these muscles some love. And I'd say apologies, but not really. Just love. We're doing the best we can to keep them strong, stable. So we can stay stable. And then forehead to hands. Breathe. And then same leg behind, same arm above, forehead to hand. Breathe it out. Walk the torso upright. Press nice and wide, shoulder blades down. Little heart lift, little activation if you need it. Awesome. Now you can come back up on all fours or just swivel to the other side. I'll let you decide. Just switch sides. Onto the other cheek. Other leg walked back behind you. Shin forward. Onto the elbows. Big side. And forehead to hands. And then stretch. Same arm above, same leg below. And then we'll press it up. Lift the heart. Breathe it out. Very good. All right, I'm going to have you swivel from here back to the front, and we're going to do that little mermaid stretch. So you can do a front and a back, or a double of the lower leg, whatever feels right for you to just be able to sit on this one cheek. Hold on to this outer shin. We're going to, the cheek you're on, reach that arm up and side bend toward the feet side. And then up and away from the feet. Soften the elbow, drop the shoulder. Pop, pop, pop. Ooh, listen to that. All right, first side again. And away. Nice. Then just bring the legs forward and then reposition to the other side. And the legs can be slightly different each side depending on your hips. All right, so now we're on the cheek, same arm up, and we're going to ease over toward the feet side. Might be tight at first, that's okay. Good. Center, and then a long stretch away. Soften the elbow, drop the shoulder. And center up toward the feet again. Gets better as you do them. And away. There we go. Now, back on all fours. Back to C-curve. Release out. Toes one more time to our squat. Now we can pause here for a heel lengthening toward the floor. And then bottoms up. Hold upside down. Shake the head, yes. Big sigh, and down. Soften the knees and slowly round it up. Oh yeah. Put everybody back. Give it a shake, shake. Woohoo! Let's also come back to just a bit of that little figure eight. The side of the pelvis got quite a workout, so let's just wiggle, smooth it out. It's our movement. Pat those hips. Send them some love and appreciation. A little rubbing. Talk sweet. Happy hippies. We're doing the best we can. Do a little shift of weight, little side to side. Just make sure they are okay and they forgive us for working them hard. It's all right. They're good. We're good. All right. Let's take our twirl. Full body on stretch. Oh yeah. Exhale. Whew. Let it go. Flick it, pause it. Whatever we need. Oh, and still inhaling. Oh, some groundedness and calming. Right? Protection. Just internal listening and talking sweet to ourselves. Love and peace and all that also. And then again, for a beautiful week, being good to yourselves. Love up your body. Give it a hug and some squeezers. whenever you need to. And happy hippies. Be good to your hearts. Always remembering to keep coming back and breathing there when things get too much. Just come back to your heart center. Whew. Yay. Mm-hmm.